To the modern mind, seppuku is a horrifying act of ritual suicide. But to the samurai, it wasn't about death. It was about absolute ownership. It was the ultimate irreversible declaration that a man would rather destroy his physical body than allow his honor, his mind, and his code to be compromised. Now look at your own life. Every day you let your weakest habits, procrastination, doom scrolling, comfort seeking, slowly assassinate your potential. You are letting your worst self win. What if you applied that same uncompromising samurai intensity to your habits? What if you executed your vices with the same absolute finality? Today we are looking at the 7 ancient mindset shifts inspired by the Bushido Code to kill your weakest habits forever. Shift number 1, Kaishaku, the external auditor. In the ritual of seppuku, the samurai rarely acted alone. Standing behind him was the Kaishakunin, a trusted second whose job was to end the suffering instantly if the samurai flinched or failed. Your weak habits thrive because they happen in the dark. You make promises to yourself in the morning and break them by 8 p.m. because no one is watching. To kill a habit, you need a Kaishakunin. You need an external force of accountability that makes failure too painful to tolerate. The actionable shift. Stop relying on solo willpower. Publicly commit to a goal, hire a coach, or use an app that penalizes your bank account if you fail. Put a blade to your bad habit by introducing real consequences. Shift number 2, Nyujo, the ritualistic setup. Seppuku was never a chaotic, impulsive act. It was highly ritualistic. The white robes, the specific mat, the writing of a death poem, everything was prepared with agonizing precision. Your worst habits usually happen because your environment is messy and impulsive. You don't choose to eat junk food. It's just sitting on your counter. You don't choose to waste time. Your phone is sitting right next to your keyboard. The samurai understood that structure dictates action. The actionable shift. Build a ritual around your focus. Clean your desk the night before. Put your phone in another room. Create a sacred space where bad habits are physically impossible to perform. Shift number 3, Fudoshin, the immovable mind. It is the ability to look directly at pain, discomfort, or temptation and choose not to flinch. When you try to break a habit, like quitting sugar or waking up early, your brain will scream at you. It will make excuses, it will panic. The weak mind reacts to the scream. The immovable mind simply observes it. The actionable shift. The next time you feel the urge to relapse into a bad habit, don't fight it, sit with it. Time it for 10 minutes. Watch the urge peak and fade without giving it what it wants. Shift number 4, Gai, the uncompromising duty. The core of the Bushido Code is Gai, right action or justice. To a samurai, there was no debate about whether they felt like doing their duty. Emotion was irrelevant. Modern culture tells you to follow your feelings, but your feelings are lazy. Your feelings want dopamine, comfort, and safety. If you only act when you feel motivated, your weakest habits will always control you. The actionable shift. Separate your identity from your emotions. Replace the phrase, "I don't feel like working out," with, "It is time to work out." Treat your daily disciplines as non-negotiable laws, not suggestions. Shift number 5, Meiyo, the death of the false ego. Often, seppuku was performed to restore meiyo, honor, after a grave mistake. It was a literal destruction of the self to preserve something greater. To kill your weakest habits, you have to be willing to let your old identity die. You cannot build a disciplined life while still clinging to the identity of a lazy person. You have to kill the version of you that identifies as a procrastinator or someone who isn't good with money. The actionable shift. Stop defending your flaws. When you catch yourself saying, "That's just how I am," stop. Commit ego suicide. Decide who you want to be and act like that person today. Shift number 6, Isaichu, the single cut. When the time came, the samurai did not hesitate. They did not make excuses, and they didn't try to bargain for 5 more minutes. They made the cut. Most people fail to change because they try to taper off their bad habits. They try to watch less TV or scroll less social media. But dragging out the death of a bad habit just gives it time to pull you back in. You need the single decisive cut, the actionable shift. Go cold turkey on your primary vice for just 30 days. Delete the apps, throw out the junk food, burn the bridges, make a clean, sharp break. Shift number 7, Shizuka, the peace after the storm. The paradox of seppuku is that it was aimed at achieving ultimate peace. By conquering the fear of death, the samurai conquered all fear. When you finally execute your weakest habits, something incredible happens. You don't feel restricted, you feel liberated. The anxiety disappears, the guilt vanishes. In the vacuum where your bad habits used to live, true mental clarity is born. Your weak habits have been living rent-free in your mind for too long. It's time to draw the blade. Which of these 7 shifts do you need to make today? Drop a comment below with the habit you are killing this week.